Buongiorno, Andy. Nice to see you. First time this season. Where you been hiding?
I've been trying to focus the phone to go sideways like landscape, but obviously it's not working. So I've got a big, massive bushy beard and a horse's head. But there you go. And that's such as life.
So you've been telling us. Obviously, I've been asking you where you've been for the fan count. You've been saying you've been playing golf. You've been watching EastEnders. You've been doing everything to avoid British mags, eh?
Well, the EastEnders is an exaggeration, to be fair. But I've just said to myself this season, I'm not going to change my life around fixture changes. So I had plans on Saturday at 8 o'clock for the West Ham game. I had plans for 2 o'clock for the Tottenham game, and I'm glad I did, to be honest. I was relieved to see the score. I was pleasantly surprised, but I just think that it just comes to a stage, the takeover saga, the 13 years of Ashley, that comes to a stage. I'd missed probably 3 or 4 games in 25 years, whether it was at the match, radio contact, for the live contact with a match. And I just thought, fuck that. At my age now, I mean, I'm younger than I look, believe it or not. The receding hairlines and that can do a lot, and wrinkles of the face. But have people got better stuff to do? For me, sport is about being in the ground as well, and I think a lot of people will lose a little bit of interest. You watch it on the TV. Tonight, for an example, the Morecambe game 7-0. They lost 5-0 at home to Cambridge the weekend before. So we can't get too carried away. But it was fun, obviously. But tonight was just a grim reality of where Newcastle United are. They don't play their strongest side, and from the goalkeeper downwards, and from your 40 million striker missing penalties, and you're taking a massive risk. Why you didn't sort of try to dead set that match tonight and go for a certain victory when you can get to the last 8 and you're 3 games away from winning something, and Mr. Bruce could be a hero. Whoever the next manager is, whether it's John Carver or McLaren or Steve Bruce, if they win a League Cup, come on, everyone would want to lick his left testicle, wouldn't it? To be fair, so you've just got to just go beyond the grain. I mean, it's indoctrinated into Newcastle United managers to not try in the cups. Ashley, if you Google online, there's public statements out there that to be fair to him, he said it's not a priority, and he had, you'd rather finish sort of 12th in the league, 11th in the league, 14th in the league than win a cup and finish in the top 6. I mean, or top 7 even. It's a fact. It's not profitable, is it? Winning the League Cup gets you fuck all. Apart from fans' happiness, and fans' happiness isn't on the radar at Newcastle United, is it? Let's face it.
It's not, but Bruce, is he going against that green? I mean, the night was a strong enough side, wasn't it, against a League 2 opponent?
It was a struggle from start to finish the night. I mean, the goalkeeper he's done okay in other games. It's one of those. It's unfortunate. It's one of those where if you save it, you think that's a decent save. It's bounced up. He's got to save it at the end of the day. But it's one of those that keepers can't let in. I mean, higher profile keepers than him let calamities in. Like De Gea in recent seasons. So you can't hold against him too much. He did well afterwards, but it is a howler. But goalkeepers do that, he's just a young lad. I'm sure he'll learn from it. It was a skiddy surface. It was a nasty one, to be honest. It was one of those that you don't really want to face as a goalkeeper, do you? But you should save it, really. But we got away with it. And the day we're through at the next round.
Quarter final.
It is. It's through the quarter final. It's whether we do what we did in the FA Cup last season and we decide to forfeit if we come against someone half decent. The Man City 2-0 last season you might as well have forfeited, to be honest. It was depressing. So if you come up against someone decent and you get beat 5 or 6-0, try, and then I can take that on the chin or the chins if the beard hides the extra one. But you've got to try at the bare minimum. Put a team out that you think's going to do the job. You can argue against a League 2 opposition that any member of our squad should be able to do a job, but that's not, for me, it's not good enough. The first round he played Barlassa against Blackburn. Blackburn were unlucky, probably on the balance of play, should have won, really, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
But and he's taking a risk. You know, took a risk against Blackburn. Blackburn were unlucky. He's taking risks tonight. If you really want to win the cup and you're serious about winning the cup, you play a strong side and you try and. I had no qualms last season against Oxford. I was actually surprised against Oxford and Shrewsbury that he played St Maximum and Almiron at the time and played as strong a side he did. So I give him a lot of credit for that. But this season, it just looks like it's the same old status quo. You know, let's just put a shit side out if we get beat. Just, you know, so be it. And it's not good enough. Like, for me, he's not the only one. Most managers have done the same. Rafa, who seems to be on a pedestal amongst Newcastle United fans, did the same, and he was actually worse. Rafa was a lot worse than what Bruce has been for his disdain for the cup. So can't really criticise Bruce in that respect. But for me, I want to win a cup. I'm a fan that wants to try and win something. You know, give us the hope, kill us at the end, but you know, at least give us something. And tonight wasn't good enough at the end of the day, and we got away with it. So. Let's see what he does. I mean, 3 games away, 3 wins, and you've won a cup. I mean, surely that's not a lot to ask. And given how lucky he's been in the last season and a bit, so it
Even
could happen.
Tonight,
you know.
Massively lucky tonight as well.
Well, I mean, come on, let's not even talk about the Tottenham game. I mean, that was a game worth missing. You know, just like if you can be a Newcastle fan, not have to watch utter dross and put pins in your eyes, and then look and say, "Oh, I've gotten a draw." That's the way to live for Newcastle United, isn't it? Because you've got to watch the games, win, lose, or draw. It isn't pretty, and it's not very pleasant to watch. So it is what it is. I mean, are we ever going to become a team that's resourceful, decent, has more than 50% possession throughout the season? You know, playing against, I mean, the Brighton game in particular. You know. Let's not be too crude in our analogies, but we got raped. We got pinned down and raped, and we were minors getting pinned down and raped. That's not nice. That's you know, we should have arrested Brighton for that crime, because that's just not a pleasant situation. And you think if the teams that come to St James's Park, if that's happened, if Brighton have done that to us, then you know, thank fuck I haven't got it. You know, we're getting reimbursed on our season tickets. We don't have to attend. And it's an option to watch because it is just painful, you know, being a Newcastle fan and watching that dross. And I might get panned for saying that, but if you're honest and you dig deep in your heart, it is a horrible situation for being a Newcastle fan.
It is though. We were seeing the watch along, and it was just stressful and embarrassing. Really, want to watch Newcastle tonight. It was horrific, like.
Well, it was just hapless at times, but you know, the last 10 or 15 minutes, the sort of came alive. Well, to a large extent, they came alive. You know, they did nothing for the first 70, 75 minutes. Had a couple of sort of shots on the face off that you would expect the keeper to save. Pretty much created like no clear-cut chances throughout. And then Shelby has the moment of brilliance. To be fair, that sort of rescues penalties. Will look dangerous. Could have nicked a goal before penalties. When Joe Linton missed the penalty, you sort of feared the worst, but then you know we got lucky, but some good penalties from some of the players thereafter. But yeah, and then obviously the League Two players' arses went at the end. He's ballooned it over the bar. It's big sort of wipe with the brow and relief, but you know there's not really much more you can say. We're in a quarter final. Let's just make the most of it. You know, like let's just whoever we're playing, let's just give it a go. And if it is a top side, they're not going to put their best side out. So this 100% represents Newcastle's best chance of winning silverware. The FA Cup's highly unlikely, but we've still got to try in that. And the league is just like, you'd be a madman. You know, you put 2 pencils up your nose and a pair of underpants on my head if we're going to win the league. And I'll walk the streets naked because, you know, no one wants to watch that, but it's not going to happen. So don't worry, viewers, you know. Never going to see me naked.
On Saturday night, will you be watching Newcastle against Burnley?
I mean, I was one of the most avid supporter of the fixtures. I would know what was going on, and I didn't even know what time the kickoff is on Saturday. So you'll have to enlighten us.
8 o'clock.
So if it's an 8 o'clock Saturday, then I won't be. You know, I've got better. I'll be in the bar, and I'll make sure there's not a TV in the bar. I've got better stuff to do on a Saturday night. You know, Premier League, Richard Moore says he fucking chop his bowels off, man. You should put it on at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. That's what time football is. It's only 8 o'clock on a Saturday. especially with the pub shutting at 10. It's just not. It's not good. I'll not be watching it now. And
All
to be
right.
honest,
Enjoy your weekend, anyways.
I will do. And enjoy
See
watching
you.
that 0-0 on
Sure
Saturday.
will. 0-0. It's 0-0. It's already 0-0.
I'd take 0-0 to be honest.
Expectations
optimist.
0-0 against Burnley. Happy with that.
I'm an optimist, mate. Anyway, take care. Good luck.
All right.
You'll
See you
need
later.
it.
Take care.
Right. See you.
Ciao.